we go with this NFL tizok. Here we go with this NFL talk. So much news about the Pittsburgh Steelers up on the Google machine. Got coaches coming at us. You got all this going on. As you can see underneath, just click a link and let's just talk about it, right? But I know so much about my team that I'm going to just talk about it in freestyle, right? I'm not going to go off of somebody else's words, right? Fans in Pittsburgh don't want to sign Russell Wilson. I don't know if this is true or not, but I've been on my Twitter machine this morning and it's already saying that Russell Wilson is already signed with the Las Vegas Raiders. And if that's the case, I think that's a good fit for him and his family. So congratulations to Russell Wilson. Thank you for your services in Pittsburgh and everything that you brought. I thought it was a good bridge way. Justin Fields being there. We got to talk about it because last week I talked about Jalen Milroe and Jalen Milroe being a diamond. And I gotta revisit this topic because number one, it was a hot take. Number two, because this is really a possibility, and this is something that we really gotta do. This is something that we really in Pittsburgh, the fresh start that we need, the type of moves that the fans are waiting for Mike Tomlin and his organization to make, right? You got guys out there at free agency at wide receiver, right? You got guys that we can fill in free agency on the defense. We got to spend the money. That's the number one thing. We got to start spending money and taking those. We got to start rolling this dice. Got to start rolling the dice in Pittsburgh. And these are the moves that I think that people are waiting to see Omar Khan and Mike Tomlin make. I don't think that it's like Mike Tomlin needs to go. No, I think these are the fresh starts that we're waiting to make. Start spending money, rolling his dice on these guys that's out here. If DK Metcalf is available via trade or whatever, do we try to make a move for DK Metcalf? We know that Tyreek Hill wants out. Do we make a move for him? But listen, the 21st pick in the draft is very crucial because I think Jalen Milroe will be available, but I don't think Jalen Milroe is making it out of the second round. He's going. Listen, you getting two of your needs off the back. If we ain't getting nothing else out of Jalen Milroe, we know we getting a hell of a runner, right? So you getting a quarterback and a running back all in one at the 21st pick. You cannot go wrong with that pick. I don't think there's going to be a lot of people mad in Pittsburgh if you take Jalen Milroe at the 21st pick. I mean, we took Kenny Pickett. I don't think you're going to get mad at that. I think that creates competition with Justin Fields. I think that, you know what I mean? It gives him time to develop. Or it gives him time to come in and just take the job from Fields. Which one is it going to be? Because now we got somebody that can run that offense. Because I can almost guarantee you, almost guarantee you, if we do not take Jalen Milroe, the Baltimore Ravens will, and that will make them so much more dangerous to us. We need to get Jalen Milroe. First of all, him and Justin Fields are damn near exactly the same body type, prototype, speed wise. I think Milroe might be a little bit faster than Justin Fields. I don't know that to be sure for sure, but they're damn near the same player. I even will go ahead to argue and say that maybe Jalen Milroe's a little bit more accurate than Justin Fields. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? But that is a pick that you cannot be mad at as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan if we're going to take Jalen Milroe with the 21st pick overall in the draft. You cannot be mad at that. Right? Now, what do we do with the second round pick? If we take Jalen Milroe with the first, because I think you got to go Jalen Milroe with the first pick. We have to. Because if negotiations with Justin Fields do not work out, we now have a quarterback for at least the next 4 or 5 years. At least the next 5 years, we have a quarterback for the low. For the low. Right? Because let's just be honest, right? Justin Fields, I'm a big Justin Fields fan, but now we're talking a little bit of business. And when it comes down to being a business, he looks at it as a business also. So he's looking to get his payday, and we're looking to make sure that we're not that much. So you got to go Jalen Milroe with the 21st pick, get the quarterback for at least the next 5 years, right? And this is how these teams are winning, because they're able to get young at that quarterback position, which is breaking the bank. You paying these quarterbacks all these millions of dollars, and you're not getting the return on investment with everybody. I mean, we can name a couple of quarterbacks out there right now that teams have paid and now are looking crazy. Dak Prescott, um, Deshaun Watson, even Trevor Lawrence right now. And the reason that being is because he just can't seem to stay healthy on the field. Something it tragically happens. And on top of the play and his production level, so you know Daniel Jones, and I thought he would bounce back, but he hasn't. I mean, and look, and they're breaking the bank, and 60 million a year, 70 million a year, and they're not performing. So do we take that chance with Justin Fields, or do we go here with the 21st pick overall and we take Jalen Milroe, and then we say, okay, now Justin, obviously some things have been going on, blah, blah, blah. Let's get Justin on a 2-year deal. We got Jalen Milroe. Can you take this for 2 years, Justin? Or can we give you this amount for 1 year? Let's see what you do. Get it done. If you go ahead and do it, then we'll sign you. But we always got a backup. Because let's just be honest, Justin Fields, I mean, he has to be 100% healthy now, which is a good thing, right? But throughout his season in Chicago, I don't think that he's played a full season. I mean, if we go back and we check, I don't think that he's ever played a whole 16-game season. You know what I mean? He's missed at least 4 games in those seasons. So, he's had some things with injury because he runs so much, right? So it's not bad to have Jalen Milroe. It's not. It's just not. Now, puts a little bit of pressure on him. Like I said, creates competition. The second pick in the draft, we're going to go running back, right? We're going to go running back. But if one of the top running backs ain't there, let's say, because this draft, I believe, is very big at running back. I think it's a little deep. But who do you take? Who do you take in the second round? If because I think Omarion Hampton's gone, Caleb Johnson might be gone. He may be gone. But we got to get help before we go running back. You would think we got to get help at the wide receiver position first, right? Right. So if you want quarterback, you got to go receiver. You almost have to go receiver. Period. Point blank. In a perfect situation, you got to go receiver. That's just what it is, right? Now, where do we go? Do we go Trey Harris because we got George Pickens? Or are we going because Mbuka probably be gone in the second round? I think you got Nick Nash, Xavier Restrepo may be available. If you can't get Mbuka, I think we got to go Restrepo or Nick Nash. He should be you know what I mean? That's where we go. Receiver. Do I still think somebody might be available in the third round? I do. I do think that unless when they start seeing these 40s, I think that Jaquez Hunter from Auburn will be available in the third round. I do think that we'll be able to get Jaquez Hunter from Auburn in the third round. People is forgetting that Jaquez Hunter has been one of the best running backs in the SEC for the past couple of seasons. He's been 1,000-yard rusher in the SEC for 3 seasons in a row. You know what I mean? Like, let's not forget that. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. Do I think Bashul Tootin out of Virginia Tech, he may be available in the third round, to be honest. There's going to be some guys available. Now, We got to go heavy offense in this draft. We're not going to address the offensive line in this draft. We're just not with the needs that we need before offensive line, unless now this is just one scenario. This is just a scenario when we take Jalen Milroe. If we miss on Jalen Milroe and we do not take Jalen Milroe, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, if we don't take Jalen Milroe, then that means that we have to sign Justin Fields to be our franchise quarterback. Period. There is no let's sign him to a 2-year deal and see if he works out and then build and put all the offensive weapons around him. Maybe we do that. We give him the 2-year deal. Okay, we give him a try it out deal for 2 years, right? Let's see what you do in 2 years. Or do we just give him the max for 1 year, the 1 year maximum? Do we say, okay, show us what you got 1 year. We sign, you give you the max. We go and draft Mbuka in the first round. Jalen Milroe's gone. So we probably gonna miss on him, right? If we get Mbuka, we're gonna miss on Milroe, right? We're not gonna get both. Because I think a lot of people just draft playing chess too. Some players they don't even want, but they just want to take away from other teams, right? It's a strategy, right? It's also a strategy between the owners. So you go Mbuka, you go Travion Henderson or Junkins or whoever's going to be available, because there's going to be some good running backs available at the 52nd pick overall in the draft. So we go and get those two guys. And now we got to get a third receiver. If we go Mbuka in the first round and we go Travion Henderson in the second round, then I think we got to go after a guy like Trey Harris or Nick Nash. Without a doubt, we got to get some size and speed at receiver out there with George Pickens. We got to get younger on the offensive side of the ball. The old heads just did not work out. They just didn't. Let's just call it what it is. They didn't work out. We had them there. They just didn't work out. Had Cordell Patterson, which was like the first Debo Samuels to me. I don't know. For some reason, maybe he just didn't get enough touches with the ball. But all these guys we had for 1 year. We need to have these guys for a couple of years. We got to get younger in these positions, right? But I do think that maybe Trey Harris will be available in the third round. Or maybe we don't even, you know what I'm saying? We don't even do that. Maybe we don't even get Travion Henderson in the second round. Maybe we go and get Trey Harris in the second round. We go and Mbuka Trey Harris. All back to back. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's get this offense rolling. Let's give Justin Fields these weapons immediately. And if you can get Mbuka and Harris out of the same in the same draft, which possibly can happen, that's crazy. I think that just revamped that wide receiver move, that wide receiver room in Pittsburgh in 2 picks. And we can't sit here and say that teams do not get better in 1 year with the draft, because we absolutely see it work. Now, is it a one-off? I don't think it's a one-off, because I think that these guys, the regimen, the rigor that they're putting on their body is not for no reason. The training they're going through is only to become better, and they're coming into the NFL absolutely ready to come in and play hard. You get Mbuka and Trey Harris in the same draft, in the same wide receiver room, can possibly happen. Let's get it. Let's roll with it. Okay. We got Firemouth, got Darnell Washington, got George Pickens. We'll have Mbuka and Trey Harris. I think our wide receiver room is looking damn good. In the third round, now we go back and we go running back. I think Scatterboo may be off the board by this time. But if for some reason he's not, there's so many backs. And I just named a few. Sean Tootin. I think Kyle Mahogany from Rutgers may be available in the third round. He's still a beast. Damn it, there's just so many good running backs. Quint Cooley from Liberty may be available. Big guy, big running back. Big size. There's a couple of guys. You know what I mean? Like just off top right now, just looking and thinking about, but we can go and grab a couple of guys out there, man. This draft has no shortage of of running backs, man. So let's has no shortage of running backs, dog. Like that's the beauty of this, like because and that's the beauty of this draft, man. There's like so many players at running back, man. Like let me see, like all right, so college running backs. I'm sorry, I'm going looking at college running backs. But that's the beauty of this draft, man. There's going to be so many guys, man. Like there's going to be so many guys out there for this position, and I want to start with a couple of them because look, I think Kyle McCord is going to be all right at quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But I think you got to go Milrow first round pick, period, point blank. So Scatterboo's second. I think RJ Harvey might slip. Taj Brooks is going to slip for sure. I think Taj Brooks is definitely going to slip, bro. Um, Jordan Jan, Devin Neal. I think you get a Devin Neal third round. If we can get Devin Neal in the third round, oh my goodness, that'd be perfect. And I think he look 5'11", 250. I think that'd be perfect, man. I think that'd be a damn good draft, my guy. Damn good draft. Or Jaquez Hunter. I think getting Jaquez Hunter would be perfect. Jaquez Hunter, Devin Neal in the third round. And you just picked up. So we picked up two receivers. We kept Justin Fields, Mbuka, Trey Harris, and then we get Jaquez Hunter, or we get a Bashol Tootin or Devin Neal in the third. That can happen. They'll be there probably. Man, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. And then you looking at the Nick Nash is going to be a late round pick. He's not going to be a first round pick, but he's led the NCAA. Well, Harold Fannin Jr. from Bowling Green first. He'll possibly be there. I think he's a big tight end. They had him at tight end, but he's really not a tight end. He's an overrated receiver. 6'4", 230. 6'4", 230. Harold Fannin Jr. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's coming out this year, but he probably not with all the NIL dollars get thrown at him, but we don't know. But if he's forget about it. Kyle Williams would be there. Like I said, there's a lot of guys that's out there that can ball. That'll be available in these drafts, man. Like that's why I'm really not too concerned about the moves and on offense and I mean on defense because like offensively like we gotta go after some of these guys. Do I think Xavier Restrepo will be available? Maybe. But we got to get that wide receiver room together, man. And I think you get it together with a Trey Harris from Ole Miss and Mbuka from Ohio State. Like these guys is going to slip, man. You know what I mean? Or Ja'Cory Brooks. Like there's going to be so many guys out here in this draft, man. It's ridiculous, man. It's going to be ridiculous, man. And it's going to be it's going to be a heck of a time, man. I even like Elijah Surratt for real. He's really good. I don't know if he's coming back to college or not, but Elijah Surratt's really good. 6'2", 209. He's another good guy. I think he can catch. But this is all the case, Pittsburgh Steelers fans. This is all the case if we keep Justin Fields and we don't go after Jalen Milrow. This is if we, you know what I mean? But to be honest, drafting Jalen Milrow in the first round, I think is our best bet. I think it's our bet. I think it's because then we still sign Justin Fields to that deal, to that 1 year deal. Get it done, man, and we'll give you the contract. Although we got a rookie, quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But then by then, he's possibly something else. You know what So to each his own with that, y'all. We'll see how that works out, man. And moving forward, we'll see how that works out, man. But I still think that a lot of these guys, man, at receiver will be available. Do I think that there's a huge drop off? Of course, but from T Mac and Travis Hunter, I do think that there's a drop off. But I also think that there's room for them to develop and to develop those skills. I think there's a lot of room for development and wanting to get better if you want to, you know what I mean? I think that there's guys that could come in and help like um immediately. I think there's guys that could come in and help immediately, man. A lot of guys. And I think you gotta go Milrow, man. I think you got to, man. He's the most underrated quarterback in this draft. I think Will Howard. He can move a little. I think Will Howard can move pretty good back there for quarterback. I like the way that Will Howard moves. I ain't gonna lie. Dylan Gabriel, I like the way that Dylan Gabriel moves too. Think that he'll slip to a good team, a little short, but um, because those kind of guys, you got to kind of get out the pocket a little bit to move around. Curtis Rourke, do we go Curtis Rourke? Another Big Ben type of guy. You know what I'm saying? 6'5", 223. You know what I mean? Do we go another? Because he came from Miami. You know what I'm saying? But I think Jalen Milroe's he's the obvious choice, bro. He's the obvious choice. Jalen Milroe is the obvious choice to me, man. Um, I think I really do. and call it say it, which I want to say, man. But I think he's an obvious choice. Think it helps out a lot in that area. And we get smarter in that area, but that's something for the Pittsburgh Steelers news right there. Because fans are like, I don't want to resign Russ. And you got Ben Johnson talking about this the coaching staff in Pittsburgh. Like, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't even know if Russ really signed with the Raiders or not, if that's true or not, because I'm looking and I really don't see something that says that, but I do think that Justin Fields has better options. You know what I mean? Like, I think Justin Fields staying with us and signing in Pittsburgh, it would be great. But if they don't want to spend that money, then you go after Melrose. That's all I'm saying. All right. Peace.